I'm trying for trading back to the volume at about this volume here at the plus 20 mark. 65, we'll see if we can get there. I've locked in 20 above these, or I've locked in 10 here. See if we can hold this volume. It's a nice little push there. Definitely an increase in volume coming in now. Let's see if we can get up through the last bit of this. I just got taken out for plus 11, I believe. Wanted to mention that would have not been a bad exit to try for 67 here, and this is what we can see here is the LVN of where this is likely to be a flip zone. So a little arbitrary. My entry was 47, so I'm not even sure I would have been able to, because we basically hit that number and reversed, and so locking in something was a good decision as we've come all the way back to my entry here. So I was shooting for this volume here on this untested supply, but anywhere sellers definitely could have stepped back in, and this is where they did. But we can see that at this LVN, so those are always good places to put targets. And this is not really anything of note on the larger 1 minute profile, just on the shorter number bar profile, which I'm trying to shift a little bit to looking more at my short-term profile. It gives a better idea of where the short-term buyers and sellers are, I think. So I want to briefly talk about this last trade that I took. I took a minus 14, which was a full loss. I have my default stop set at 10. I probably should have held it at 10 and entry at 846, which is right here. 846. I was filled here and basically went against me immediately. Above these highs would have been the absolute last straw. It was taken out at 39 for a minus 14, which is way outside of my risk tolerance. And anyway, really, once it's above 30 here, would have been a better stop. That's the volume that I really needed it to hold, and that would have been a minus 5, which is much better. And now I was having a great day. Now I'm still up 18, but what I want to talk about is that my lack of re-entry. Price went to 41, 2 ticks above my stop, came back down and had this imbalance pushed down, put in a little bit of, we had a limit buyer coming in here, pushed down below this, and I think this is where Kelly actually entered at 858 below this volume. So this would be an ideal entry, and then it immediately dumped down some 60 ticks down to 57, basically 60, about 80 ticks from where my stop was. So that's frustrating, man. I mean, real frustrating. But to be so close. And then I missed the long try here, and I missed the long try here as well. So these were both at minimum both 20 tick wins. Short 78. The expectation that these longs are potentially trapped. We definitely do have some limit buyers down below. but we're going to see if we can get a push down here. And if we can, there's potentially a lot of trapped buyers. Also, we have a nice areas of liquidity down lower. Feeling a little nervous about this one. I'm a little early on it, so we'll see if we can. Delta is really pushing high and not much result, not really much effort, or not result on price, but it's not really not getting the push down that I need here. This is not looking good. Seems like I say that a lot. That's out for a full fucking loss. Long 77.18 came down and put in some strong limit buying and spiked down back to the 77 round number. This is also a major LVN. My expectation is that we are going to come up and take out some of these highs. We have a lot of weakness up here. I think we could really see 77.50 pretty easily here. Been a frustrating day. Bit was up 32 ticks and then gave back most of it, so we'll see if we can get something going here. That's a nice push right there on pretty high volume, so I'm going to need this to keep going, but I would say we definitely have quite a few shorts in trouble here now. Let's see if we can get the move that I am looking for. I'm not going to give back this whole trade, that's for sure. I want these tops at the 28 to hold, so if price gets back down below there, that's going to be trouble, but I don't want to lock in 28 or 28 because I would expect a pullback to that area, but let's see if we can get above these tops. There should be some liquidity above the 36 and the 41, but we have a lot of, it looks like some limit selling going on here, so we'll see if we can get the flush that I'm looking for here. Real tempted to lock in the 10 because there is some pretty strong selling, it looks like, coming in here, so we'll see what happens on this next push up. I will definitely lock in 10 here. Pretty significant increase in volume now, so it looks like I'm probably going to get taken out for plus 10. Couldn't quite flush that top, and I did get taken out for 10. It's alright though. And exactly what I described is what happened. We came back to these 26 bar highs, and then we pushed up and was looking for the flush of this high here at 36. Likely would have locked in 20 there on a push to 43, and then now here we have reversed pretty hard, so there's definitely some sellers still up here above these highs. So not going to complain about taking 10, but that puts me back up to plus 18, so had high hopes for today. I was in a position where I could have had my best day ever, really being up 32, and then I took this short down here and the other short for 24 ticks and losses. The one down here was definitely not a very good trade. Kind of hadn't broken down below any kind of volume here, and it went against me almost immediately. That's when I know the trade's definitely not very good. Typically, I mean, there's trades that just don't work out, but for me in this case, it wasn't good. We had one of the largest volumes of the day here from this 9 o'clock, 9:07, and then twice lower. I kind of saw this as low, as weak, because it had tested it twice, and then, but that doesn't mean much. It just means that there are large buyers down here, and they're still here, and they're still buying. So to sell into that probably doesn't make a lot of sense.